Hi, my name is Gene Salyer. I'm with Autodesk, and I appreciate the time you're giving me today to talk about the future of making things and how it pertains to industrial machinery manufacturing. Some of the things I'd like to discuss is what is future of making things and what it means to your business and how Autodesk can help. One thing we know for sure is that technology has always disrupted things that are made and how they're made. And as we know, it's continuing today. It's now changing how they are used, how they're sold, and how they're serviced. It's no longer selling and shipping products to customers. Products are becoming coupled to services that create long-term customer relationships. Google's not selling the Nest because they want to sell thermostats and sell. Instead, they see the Nest as a single multi-piece of connected home, right? A way to expand their reach. Rolls-Royce manufactures jet engines, but now they sell the power by the hour. So where they charge the airlines for hours used instead of the capital piece itself. It's a total and complete fundamental change in the model related to selling jet engines. Underlying these changes is an evolution in technology used to create products. So we've divided this evolution into three eras: the era of documentation, optimization, and connection. Documentation focused on digitizing existing processes, as well as managing the data that resulted out of that. The era of optimization, that provided new ways to develop digital models, and it allowed you to better process and simulate and optimize performance without actually having to physically do it. It helped in cost and reliability. We're now in the era of connection, which the connection extends the ability of companies to connect their business to the processes, allows us to better collaborate with all stakeholders involved. It also changes the way we operate from a product-only business to an enterprise model where products become platforms for services. I think it's important to point out that each era incorporated the era before it. So documentation, doesn't go away with optimization, and companies connecting, in the connection era still optimize products during development. But what is changing is capabilities you need to compete. So that is ramping up dramatically. There are a few technologies that are driving this era of connection. We have smart machines, cloud technology, the Internet of Things, and mobile tech. Smart machines, they provide the remote sensing and intelligence required for products to act as platforms for services. Cloud technology provides us a way to aggregate and analyze and distribute data to the right people and the right machines at the right time. The Internet of Things, this provides the communication links that stitch the entire system together. And of course, the mobile tech, this extends the connectivity beyond fixed locations, beyond buildings, and it makes us much more mobile. Together, these disruptions are leading to three major trends in business for manufacturers. One, the nature of demand is changing. Customers have access to ever-increasing information. They have new and different expectations compared to, let's say, yesterday, and making demand which is much more unpredictable. The products are being redefined, with expanded capabilities and implications for business models, and the products are more complex and are becoming coupled with added services. What's important to know is that the means of production is changing as well. It's impacting the way manufacturers develop and produce products. The means of production is undergoing rapid innovation and change, and we'll talk about that. What's most important is that you know how these trends are impacting you and your company. The complete change in the nature of demand, that's what's driving this disruption. One trend that everybody's seeing is time compression. Another one here is that at the same time that the demand is becoming much more volatile. We're talking about volume demand as well as mix and geography demand. It's very difficult to build a business case right now that survives 6 months, let alone 3 years. Another big trend is customization. Customizing is going hand in hand with product complexity, right? So customers have highly specific needs, and they expect you'll be able to produce those products that meet these needs precisely. And finally, there's a trend toward geographic fragmentation. Forget about the standard products for all markets. One fell swoop covers everything. It's not happening, right? Between regulations, different pricing expectations, and the regulatory differences, you'll need to meet very different expectations in each market. Let's move on to trends in products. Products themselves are also changing. Products are becoming much more intelligent, more sensors, more data collection, built-in machine intelligence. Equipment capabilities are no longer limited to as-shipped versions. We can improve the product while it's in service. Network intelligence is an important factor that emerges once smart machines are connected to each other. This allows machines to coordinate their activities in new ways and be able to function in an ecosystem. All these capabilities enable you to couple your services to your products. No longer are you limited to selling new, maybe refurbished equipment, plus some spare parts and some reactive maintenance services. Now, the scope of services you can sell now are vastly expanded. Products plus services. Some of the trends in production that we're seeing also is collaborative distributed design and production, with a much more flexible custom manufacturing base. Right? Both the design and production are becoming much more collaborative and distributed, right? Customers demand more customized products. There's new materials on the market and fabrication techniques which are transforming how things are made, but also how things can be made. It's much more than 3D printing. It's everything from CNC plasma cutting to flat pattern laser cutters, 5-axis CNC machines, which I just dealt with actually last week, and PLCs like for adaptive robotic assembly. So we actually got into the PLCs last week at the manufacturer's place. So these things are here and now. Generative design is changing the design process by changing the design process, if that makes sense, right? Generative design is changing the design process by changing the design process. The traditional design process is from describing geometry. Generative design is something that goes into an exercise where the engineer defines the desired characteristic constraints, and the computer and the machine and the robot decide how it's designed. A few things that we know for sure is that technology by itself is not the answer. One thing we do know for sure also, technology is an essential enabler. For this thing to work, the first thing there must be commitment from an executive level, a commitment to change. The second is we need to do a review of the processes and opportunities for improvement. And then technology, which is the key enabler that makes this change possible. So strategic direction, change leadership, right? Organizational skills and development, number one. Then we come in, we need to do a business process assessment, analysis and assessment to find opportunity and be able to prioritize and implement planning. And the third is the software. The software and services that enable the process change into business transformation. Organization, process, technology. Let's move on to product development. Most of our customers will think their existing business as a linear process from start to finish that has several phases. I'm going to oversimplify these phases into 5 key elements. Although in reality, we know there's many more than 5. These 5 will represent nearly every manufacturer on the planet. The first for every customer is some sort of concept. Sometimes it's aesthetic in case of consumer products, in other cases mathematical, say if we're trying to provide the optimal flow through a valve. In either case, the concept is an idea based on some set of customer or market requirements. The next phase of the process is design. It's at this stage that we take the concept, work it into a product, which can be manufactured and sold for profit. After design, our customers move to production. They manufacture the product ready for sale to the market. That product is then marketed and sold eventually. That product is then marketed and sold and eventually ends up in the hands of a consumer who then operates until the product reaches the end of its lifespan, where it's then retired from service. We traditionally call this the traditional product life cycle. So the traditional product life cycle: concept, design, produce, operate, retire. What's this do? This paints our clients into a corner. No matter how efficient you make the process, you can never sell your product for or make more money than you already have. Or, as we like to say, the sum of the input cost plus your profit margin. You can either A, pursue a strategy in which you try to reduce the cost of your product, and then you assume the position in the market is the cheapest, which is risky because only one vendor can achieve this. Or you can pursue a different strategy and try to get an advantage through some specific functional capability or brand value, right? You can become the Rolex of your market. At the concept phase, we want to help our customers personalize their products. At the design phase, we help our customers move toward collaboration. Traditionally, manufacturers have been a little constrained by the expertise available within their companies. But with the increasing sophistication of products, this is not enough, right? Autodesk is no exception. We rely on expertise from contractors and agencies, from special tasks or different projects that we have, and our customers are no different. So with the collaboration tool set we can offer, you now can employ expertise to work on projects globally. One thing I'd like to mention, you will hear McKinsey reference the concept of next-shoring. What this means is to design at the point of innovation and to manufacture at the point of demand. So let's think of what Silicon Valley represents to technology startups. With sufficient collaboration tools, manufacturers don't need to bear the cost of investing in a facility at innovation hotspots. They can access this talent remotely. So I just worked with a customer that was having issues getting engineers into a smaller town in the middle of Illinois. And we had this discussion, the future making things discussion, and we specifically drilled down on the collaboration tools that are available to the customer I was talking to. And it really opened the eyes, and I see us doing some good work there going forward. In production, we want to help our customers become more flexible so they can manufacture at the point of demand as well as leveraging remote and outsourced production services. Finally, rather than manufacturing a product or shipping it from a factory, never to be seen again for fixed costs, we want to help our customers move beyond the traditional product value by providing a set of connected services, which allows them to connect to their products in the fields. You know, we're creating opportunities for services like preventive maintenance. You'll hear us refer to technologies like the Internet of Things or Industry 4.0 that represent this opportunity for us. Well, we help our customers leverage these connected services to improve the quality and reliability of the products that they deliver to the market. Growth. If we do this right, we'll help you build renewable revenue, which will extend beyond fixed value and the products that it provides. We'll equip you with sustainable growth. Our customers will eventually deliver their products as a service, PaaS. This is the same business model transformation that Autodesk is currently going through. So it's a transformation that will become more familiar as we move forward and with the future of making things. So take Rolls-Royce, for example. We already provide their customers with power by the hour or air miles rather than a jet turbine engine, right? So in this case, their customer pays them for a fixed number of flying hours rather than a physical product. So the further we can help our customer move along this transformation. And what's cool and beneficial about this whole thing is that Autodesk is leading this transformation of the future making things. Not only with the solutions that we have today and the software that we have today, but we're investing heavily in new technologies. You know, we have an advanced research department. I think we call it the Chief Technologist Department, which is kind of cool sounding, right? Or the Office of the Chief Technologist Department. Very cool, right? But our intent is to help you solve the problems you have today and, of course, anticipate the problems of tomorrow. We're really investing a lot of this stuff here. So today we're doing generative design, visualization pieces. We have reality capture, very cool stuff with recap, simulation. We got additive manufacturing, computer-aided manufacturing, and HSM. So cloud, mobile, PLM and connectors, on and on and on.
in development right now, we got factory monitoring, cyber mechanical design, and sustainable design, and some of the big projects in our, at our Office of Chief Technologist is programmable matter. This is crazy stuff, but really cool that it is the future of making things. Goal-directed design that we talked about, and artificial intelligence and robotics. So, Autodesk, I assure you, is on the cutting edge of technology, and would be an awesome partner for you for innovation to move forward with the future of making things. So one thing, or two, or three that we're striving to do here, we're striving to drive change by making scalable solutions, solve issues, and which includes scaling of employees for projects through software and through software delivery mechanisms. So scalable, productive, and connected. So what should you do now? First thing, remember this. The time is now to build new capabilities. Time is now to maximize ROI. We need to build on your existing investment, and how we do that is through training and consulting. We need you to allow us to conduct, at no cost to you, a BPA, a business process assessment, so we can identify opportunities for improvement. We then need you to take a project and use our recommendations and pilot a project. We like to call it a transformative project, right? So pilot a transformative project, and then we want to create a plan to adopt technologies that support this whole change to era of connection. So we need to build on your investment, identify improvement opportunities, pilot a project, create the plan, work the plan. That's the end of my presentation. I do want to thank you again for allowing me the time. I know future making things sounds kind of futuristic, but it's here right now. And as I stated before, Autodesk is there also. We're on the cutting edge of automation and the future making things. So I look forward to working with you. Thank you for your time, and I will talk soon.